Hello everyone and welcome to another Yorkie's Bits and Bob's Home Tech. Today I'm showing you around my room, or around my office, or just this half of the office anyway. The other end's a bit of a mess, so I'm not going to show you around that bit. This is the bit where I do all the work. So basically that computer virtually does everything. It does all my editing, my unboxings, my live stream, everything is controlled on there. And I'll show you around the room. Just want to quickly explain to you which one does what. So that computer does virtually everything I need it to do. And that one now is what I use for monitoring. So when I'm live streaming, I like to keep an eye. So I'll have me on there, or I'll have YouTube up on there, watching me, making sure everything's running smoothly, basically. And eventually we'll be doing more stuff, but I need to upgrade it first. So, and that's in the future. Not sure when, but I need to upgrade it to get it to do more things. So I'm just going to do you a tour around this area, how it all works. So obviously I've got electric desk, electric rising desk. So I have it. You have 3 settings. Number 3 for when I want to sit down. So if I want to sit down, I just lower it down, put my chair in place, move this out of the way, push it under there so that's out of the way. So that's how that goes. And this is where I normally have it set up. Try and make the cables as nice and tidy as possible, but I do need some extensions, like for charging up my phone. So when I'm sitting at the desk, I charge it up in there. I've got a USB plugged in now, so if I want to plug anything into a USB, that's sitting there. And there's a couple of other connections plugged into there as well. On this little cable manager that I use, and that came from a company called Envision. Thank them very much for that. So my keyboard is plugged straight into there. There's my keyboard doing its bits. Quite noisy keyboard actually. It does get picked up on the mic, so I need to sort that out one day. My mouse, of course the mouse. My Stream Deck, so everything's done by Stream Deck, which ain't turned on by the way, even though it's powered up. It's not actually turned on, so it's actually off. But I'll turn that on in a minute. So I'm just showing you quickly around. And then my new speakers, my Logitech speakers, which is controlled from here. They're on and off, so they're actually turned off at the moment. And my headsets, the mic's broken on these. These are quite good headsets, but the mic's broke, so I don't use the mic because the way I keep unplugging it and plugging it in, it packs up eventually. So I only need the headset anyway, because obviously I've got a brilliant mic. And what I do when I'm doing live streaming, I put my headset on. Or even if I'm just sitting there late at night on my own, I don't really want the speakers on because they're a bit noisy, or can be. I like to turn it up a bit, and we don't want to upset neighbours, do we? So I use my Blue Yeti for recording. So when I'm talking, doing live stream, I'm talking, that's normally up the way so it doesn't get picked up by my Logitech camera. So it's picked up, so it's normally sitting up in the air somewhere like that, and it picks up my voice really nice and clearly. But if I want to put the headset in, all I do is unplug this, just quickly show you, just unplug that and then plug them back in. So that's really handy to have, and it keeps everything nice and tidy. So I just put them out of the way at the moment. So then I have this little headset holder, which is really handy. You can swing it around to any angle, but there's where I have it set. So it's tidy out of the way, looks really good. The arms on here, absolutely brilliant. Love these arms from a company called Envision, and they sent me them so that I can turn the monitors. Sorry, I can turn it, either monitor. I can turn them around different angles, raise them up and down wherever I want it, and that's where I want them anyway. That's perfect at the moment. So this is all set up to that height. So it's just looking down slightly, which I like. So when I'm standing here on the keyboard, yeah, I don't need them up any higher, and these fit under it nicely. I could have lifted them up a bit more to give a bit more room to them, but I don't need to because the way I set it up is really good. A little bit more tidying up to do on the cabling, but what do you think? I think it looks really good. Subwoofer down there, of course, down the bottom. It's really good. It looks pretty tidy considering the amount of gear that's actually plugged into it. It's amazing. Yeah, and when I'm using my other camera, the camera I'm recording this on now, I normally have it over there somewhere, over to in that area, facing down, looking at the keyboard, the Stream Deck and my mouse. And I'll use this lead here. Let me just get it. And I normally use this. This is about 5 meters long, this cable, and it has Elgato Cam Link. It's a USB one, yeah. See that? And that plugs into my computer. So all I do is I just pull this out, USB 3, just plug it straight into there, and that does. And then I'll run the lead on the floor over to there into that camera. Just put these back. I'll use this. Just hold them in place, so like that, see? And then I'll just put them on the tripod, and that keeps them nice and tidy, so I don't lose the cable, see? It doesn't lay about on the floor. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this desk. I've had it quite a while now, and it's really good, well worth the investment. So what I do now, oh yeah, and also like my lighting, I forgot to put it on by the way. There she is. She sits there out of the way, changing colour. But you can see the difference in quality, yeah? This is an NT screen, that's an IPS screen. You can see the difference in the colour. And I definitely want to try and get another one of them at some stage and replace this one out. But yeah, money's money. Everything costs money. The Blue Yeti, absolutely love it. Does everything you want it to do. The RØDE arm is very good. Nicely set up. The mat, can you see that mat? Let's have a look. Not really. Let's see if I can lift it up. I've got a bit of a bad back. Yeah, I use this just for standing on. That was recommended. Sorry about that noise. That was recommended when I bought it. You know, Amazon said people bought this and bought that. Well, I didn't. I had bought the legs first, and then I ordered the mat afterwards because I thought, yeah, they're right. You do need that mat. It's really good. So what I do now? Oh, I'll show you my computer chair first. It's an old computer chair, yeah? Like an office chair, not really a computer chair. So that's another thing I'll have to look at, getting a better chair. So I'll move this out of the way anyway, and I'll get hold of the camera, and we'll do a bit more of a close-up on the computer, and I'll tell you the bits inside. Right, so this was my first ever unboxing. I've done about 2.5 years ago now, and it's the EVGA DG 87. I think that's the model number. Yeah, so it was my first ever boxing. I waited 3 months for it to turn up because you had to pre-order it to try and get it first, even though other people were getting it for me anyway, because obviously they give them pre-production ones so they can do their testing and that and reviews and that, and I wasn't a reviewer back then. So yeah, so that was my first one, and I've watched it recently and I look quite nervous back in them days. So I'll shut up now. I'll open the door. It'll be easier for you to see because you get a glare. So obviously I've got a Zotac graphics card, and that's a 1080, and that's an extreme graphics card. Their model's extreme. The water pump is, you can either sell it on the motherboard or you can do it independently. Mine's set independently, so I have it running at around 2,700 RPM. And that's the controller, and that also does the colouring as well, and it's a little magnet setting, so it just sits in there, and it's magnetised, so it just sits on a metal plate there. And then we got my processor, the i7, yeah, processor's an i7, and it's a 8700K, and that's, I think that's running about 4.4 at the moment, because I've turned it down a bit. I don't need it to run flat out all the time, and it drops down anyway to about 3 something, can't remember exactly. So that's the processor in there, that which is water cooled by this, and I do like the little display, so you know it is running just by poking your head in there and seeing it's running. And then there's my RAM, my G-Skill RAM with RGB lighting, of course. So I do like RGB light, and even the motherboard does RGB lighting. You can't see it all. I've got a bit of blue LED lighting around there, which I plugged in. and that's from Excess PC, and that's part of the pump, because the pump actually broke for that came with that, so I had to buy a new pump, which is this one here, the Enemax, which I'm very pleased with. I've had no issues whatsoever. It just sits there pumping away. All the bubbles took about 2 weeks to get rid of. It wasn't a problem, only micro bubbles. So that's the case. Oh, one more thing. I have a card in there with extra 4 USBs, and I have done a video for that as well. And the reason for that is because the amount of stuff I plug into it, it will, it used to make it crash because I was using too many USB devices, or not make the computer crash, but one component wouldn't work or another one wouldn't work because it was just draining out too much power on the motherboard USBs. So I installed a USB card, and I've got 4 devices plugged in there. Easy to get into because all you do is press that, jump in now, and away you go. But that was back then. I've changed things slightly now because my monitor has 4 USBs on the back, but 1 USB comes off it to go into the computer, and 4 USBs, you can plug in 4 USBs into that. So now I have my keyboard, my mouse, and my Stream Deck. No, my Stream Deck goes in there. So now I have my keyboard and mouse, and a couple of other things are the Logitech webcam that goes into it as well. So that makes life a lot easier. So I don't have to fully load everything up in the computer no more, which is really handy actually. And down here, you can't see that, can you? Move the camera down. So this is my tablet, which I use every now and again for different things. And this is my memory card reader. So when I finish recording, I'll take the card out of my camera and I'll just plug it straight into there. And also my photo camera, I'll plug it straight into there and it just flows straight up. You just plug the lead into here again, like so, into my USB 3. And yeah, just quickly uploads. Then I have my arm for my Blue Yeti microphone, which I've done a pretty good job on occasion. It's not fantastic, it does the job, as you can see. And what I've done under there, all I've done was a double-sided tape, just to stick it on, just to make it look nice. It's a bit cheating, but it does, like I say, it does the job. So yeah, really pleased with this. Like I say, you can move it around anywhere you like. You can change it to different settings on the back. So if you want stereo, 2 people talking, or you want a room chat, you can just change it on now, which I don't think I'll be doing for quite some time. But you never know. You never know what's coming around the corner, do you? But yeah, so that normally sits like that until I'm doing my live stream. Then I'll just turn it around like that. Obviously it's muted at the moment, so just press that, unmute it like so. There you go. And then chat away. Sometimes I've muted it because, you know, I took a break, come back, and I forgot to unmute it again. Or you press the button, it doesn't always work straight away, which can be very annoying. So I'll move you on to the monitors, shall I? So my monitors, that's an Acer. You can't actually buy that monitor no more. It's really old and that. I think the only place that I've seen it is on eBay, so you know, they've probably got the last of the stock of them. And that's my Predator, my new one. Absolutely gorgeous. Very expensive, but worth every penny. You get what you pay for, yeah? Totally agree. And obviously you've got my new Logitech speakers. Excellent sound with the subwoofer, which actually quite surprised me how good a bass you get from there. And then the controller, I've got it just under halfway on the setting now. Got the sound turned off at the moment, and there's my phone, which gives me loads of information. Obviously, and the other thing is I can't log into a lot of my stuff without my phone now, so I'd hate to lose that. That could cause me a lot of problems. Let's see. Oh, see me lighting up there, yeah? I just run a strip down there about 1 or 2 years ago. I got that from Banggood.com. Just run a LED strip down there with a controller, and then, yeah, it just sits up there with that controller down there, just mind its own business. What I do now is, you want that one, want that one. What I do is put And what I do is I normally start up my Stream Deck. Well, obviously I forgot to do it this time. See that? So Stream Deck's over there. I normally run it in here. Doesn't really matter what screen you run it in. And that's all my settings. So, you know, there's different profiles and that. So if I want to do my editing, just press that and go to load it up. Let it shut. It just loads it up for you. There you go. Takes a few seconds, and what it does, it loads up the first part. And then you choose what project you're working on. Give it a few seconds because obviously I've got stuff running in the background I wouldn't normally have on. Right, so then say for instance the Logitech one, so to click on that I can double click it or click open, which is what I'm doing now, and it will load up. So it's all red because I've moved it, so it can't find it. So, and that uses 2 screens, yeah, which is really handy. So if I go to like media, and then I cut the shortcuts over here, see that? And waiting to be edited, so that will take me straight to that folder, and I can go to the right folder within that folder for my editing and probably find all this again. And then I've got sound effects, which is another folder where I just put all my sound effects that I get for free, copyright free, so they'll go in there. And then edit, you go into the edit buttons, and then that's where you do all your editing. See, some of the pictures are still coming up because obviously they haven't been moved. But all the other ones, you can relocate. It's quite easy to do actually. So that's that. So I just wanted to show you that. Right, so I'll just shut that down. And winking at me. Go away. And then you've got, what, OBS. So I have a little shortcut there, so just press that and it will load up my OBS. Hopefully. There you go, and OBS will always sit on the left hand side. So this is where I do my live streaming. This is the software I use, so it's Streamlabs OBS, not just OBS. Takes a few seconds to load up. There you go, so that's the current one. So what I can do if I click on now, if I want to go stream starting soon, there, and it will switch over, and then live scene, intermission, be right back. That does that, and if I want to change it, so for instance one of my main ones, let's see, it's the Madness one. I quite like this one actually, it's probably my favourite one at the moment. So yeah, stream starting soon, like so, so you see that. Obviously I haven't got my cameras switched on, well actually got that one switched on, the webcam, the Logitech webcam. Be right back, so I want to go to the loo obviously, and then ending soon, and that's how it works. So on this one I would have had two cameras, this one here obviously, and there'll be that camera, I think either there or there, I can't remember, but yeah, 4K, would it come up? Show. We won't have that. There's a webcam, and that is how I do my live streaming. So that's my live streaming sorted out. Nearly finished actually, that's pretty good. And obviously I'll just show you, I left them with the camera, and this is my really old monitor from LG that I've had quite a few years now. So yeah, definitely out of date, no good for doing gaming on or anything like that. And this is a really old keyboard, the G19, I've had for a very long time. And there's my router on my networking and all that, and I have other connections all plugged in under my desk. I have power sockets under there and all sorts. So that's basically it. So what I do now, I'll just do a pan. You can have a look around, see what you think. I'll probably put a bit of music to it. I can't really tell you much about the spec of the Sahara because it's quite an old spec. Yeah, I can't really tell you much about it because it's quite an old spec. The case is quite new, I only got that last year, but the parts inside are quite old, except for the power supply. I've got an EVGA 1000 watt power supply stuck in it, which is overkill for what it does. But I'm looking to upgrade everything, quite a new build, just chuck it all back into there. So I thought, well, I might as well get a decent power supply, so that why I had the money, so that's what I've done. So that's it, so that's a quick tour of my setup, how it all works and how I do it all. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you liked it or thought it was rubbish, or if you have any suggestions how I do it better, try and make it more interesting. I'm always trying to make it interesting. It is hard, especially with this voice. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, let me know. If you really did enjoy it, give me the thumbs up. Always appreciate the thumbs up, everyone does. But if you didn't enjoy it, give me the thumbs down, and please subscribe. And what I'll do now is I'll do a little pan with looking around. I'll put some music with it, you know, in case you want to stick around and have another look. I'm going to show you one more thing. I'll just show you my camera. Not that one. And this is where I do all my, this is where I do my photos. I use this camera, it's an old one. It's a Canon, it's a digital camera. It's quite good. You can change the lenses on it, but I've only got one lens anyway and it works perfectly. So I'm not going to spend money. In fact, when I bought the video camera, I didn't think I'd need this anymore. But the thing with this is, it does better photos than what that does. That's good for my videoing, but this is good for photos. It really is. And I've got about 4, 5 tripods now. So I use this one mainly for this camera, which is Amazon basic, and then I have another tripod that I can get right down low with. This one can't go as low as what that thing. This thing can almost go flat on the floor. It's really that good. But I use this one mainly for my photos. And the tripod you're on now is quite a heavy tripod. It's more of a professional tripod, and it's really good. Well worth the money. So I'll shut up now, shall I? So anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down, and please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.